Alright guys, Darren from FBA Elite and welcome back to another video. So this video in my eyes is probably one of the most important videos I've ever made. So if you're thinking about selling on Amazon or you currently sell on Amazon, I would recommend sticking around to the end of this video as I'm going to show you something that is very, very important at the moment. It's something that all sellers need to be aware of. So this video is a follow-up to last week's video. That video was a huge success, so a massive thank you to everyone that watched that video and also welcome to all the new subscribers that have joined in the last week. So last week's video covered an announcement that had taken place in the US covering the fact that two major things were changing within Seller Central. One, the inventory performance threshold was being increased to 500, and two, ASIN-level inventory restrictions were being implemented. Now at the time of that video, those restrictions had only been announced for the US, but I did speculate in that video that there is no reason I don't see them coming to Europe and to the UK. And unfortunately, literally as that video went live last week, we received this announcement that you can see on screen confirming that both of those changes, which is the IPI threshold increasing to 500 and also the ASIN level quantity limits, are going to be imposed on European marketplaces. So despite the fact that the UK is leaving the EU, we still fall under Europe, so these changes do apply to us. So these are the things that I want to show you in this video. Up first, we have the fact that last week I was showing a nice green figure here because I was above the 400 threshold. Well, as Amazon have changed it from 400 to 500 overnight, as I feared they might, I now am back under the IPI threshold, which means I will not have unlimited storage for Q4. And if we click expand at the bottom here, you can see my predicted storage for the next quarter is 705 cubic feet. So it is bigger than it is at the moment, and hopefully I should be able to work with that storage limit. But as I've complained about in previous videos, I think it's very unfair when Amazon make these changes with so little notice. You know, the first time they changed it from 350 to 400, we had no notice, and this time around we only had a little bit of notice because we'd spotted it as a US announcement. You know, when we're planning stock maybe 10 or 12 weeks in advance, like we have to because we've got a lead time of maybe 3 or 4 weeks at the factory, then maybe 3 or 4 weeks shipping, then another few weeks getting the stock delivered to Amazon, it's really, really difficult to plan your stock and to plan your inventory when your IPI threshold can change overnight and it's completely outside of your control, and then find you've got new shipping restrictions and you're unable to send that stock from China to the Amazon fulfillment center. So it's super, super frustrating. I'm sure many of you guys are in a similar situation, but if you haven't already looked into this, make sure you check out your IPI. You can go to inventory, then go to inventory planning, and this is where you can see these details and also see what your current storage limits are and what your next period of storage limit will be as well. Now your IPI only applies to your overall storage limit, and as mentioned in that announcement, there are now new ASIN level restrictions as well, and that's what I want to show you on this next page. So these are two of the products at the moment that I am selling. I've removed all of the details as you would expect. What you can actually do now is see what the inventory limits are on the products you're currently selling. And it's also possible to do this for new products as well, and I'm going to show you that at the end of the video. So anyone that's planning on launching a new product anytime this year, because although Amazon are saying these are temporary, this is going to be for the rest of the year at least, and I'll be very, very surprised if they ever remove these limits. So anyway, these are my existing products, and I'm going to show you how I can check what my ASIN level inventory limits are. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you're on the restock inventory tab, and then you come down here and click on the little blue number there. There's a little arrow there. Click on that, and this will create this pop-up. Now if I scroll down, so you should be able to see that just above the video of myself. It says here I have 81 days of supply as I've got 782 units in stock, which is accurate. You then on the right hand side here have the maximum shipment quantity that I can send. So at the moment it says I can send a quantity of 390 to the fulfillment centers. Now that isn't a problem for this product, as I've just created a shipment for 750 units. That's why it's saying here that my current utilization is that 750 shipment plan plus what I have in stock. So it's not exactly, it's within a few units. So any shipment plans you create, any shipping plans you create within Seller Central will contribute toward your utilization. So if you're finding that you can't create a shipping plan, make sure you haven't got an old redundant shipping plan which is using up space that you need to delete first and then create a new shipping plan. So whatever inventory you have in stock and what inventory you have on the way and has been allocated within a shipping plan, that will make up your utilization, and then it will show what is remaining there. So you can do this for all of your products. Now, based on what I have researched and what I can see with my products, this overall figure is around about 3 months worth of inventory based on your past 3 months of sales. So if you've had a product selling well for 3 months, hopefully you shouldn't face too many issues. The real issue comes when you come to launch a new product or a product that has been selling slowly. And that's what I want to come on to next. But before I do, I just want to run through the FAQs. I'm not going to read these all out. I'm just going to scroll through through this fairly briefly, so anyone that can't access Seller Central and wants to read the FAQs surrounding these changes can just put this video on pause and just read through these FAQs. It's really useful to read through them if you haven't seen the announcement already or want to know some additional details. So this brings me on to launching a new product. So last night I went into Seller Central and I created a brand new product. So I've wasted one of my GS1 barcodes to do this. So I've created a product, and what we have here is a shipping plan for this new product. So this would be the same sort of thing you would see as a new seller, or if you're an existing seller selling a new product, you would see this issue. So if we were sending in 200 units in one case, that is absolutely fine. Amazon will allow me to send in 200 units. However, if I try to send in 201 units, even if I'm still below my IIP threshold, they will not allow me to send in that quantity because it's a new product and it's above the ASIN-level restriction for that product. Now, if you're trying to launch a new product on Amazon within the next 6 months, this is going to make things very difficult, especially if it's a product in high demand. You know, if you've got a high demand product, you could easily sell 200 units in the first week or two, and it'll probably take you a lot longer than that to get that replenishment stock to Amazon. And not only that, if you get it to Amazon in time, Amazon might take a week or two or longer to check that inventory into stock. So I don't know how Amazon are expecting us to launch high demand new products and maintain good enough stock to maintain a good enough IPI threshold. So one, we're not hit by the inventory restrictions on the IPI, but then also being hit by the ASIN restrictions as well. So they are asking us to perform a very fine balancing act, and I'm hoping Amazon are going to adjust this, especially for new products, as it's going to make things almost impossible for products that are in high demand. So if you're thinking about launching a high demand product on Amazon anytime soon, be aware of this. Be aware that you can only send in 200 products at a time, and even if those products sell out, you may not be able to send in another 200 straight away, as remember, the inventory that's in stock, you won't be able to create a new shipment until it is completely empty due to the utilization factor that I showed you on the previous page. So I know this is going to be a difficult situation for many sellers, new and existing. So what I did earlier today, I went onto FBA League and I have created a forum thread just for this topic. So if you go to the forum I just showed you, and at the very top here we have got a thread pinned to the top so that I can contribute along with others, and we can try to find the best possible solution. We try and find different interim storage solutions, and also can feedback our own experiences of how hopefully the ASIN level inventory restriction increases as your product generates a sales history. So make sure, if you're not signed up to FBALeague.com, you head over there, sign up. It's completely free. Take part in this thread, as I think it's going to be super important for everyone that's selling on Amazon over the next 6 months and beyond. So I hope you guys have found this video useful. If you did, I really appreciate if you take a moment, hit that like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to discuss this topic, head over to FBALeague.com, and I'll see you guys on the forums.